Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. We're going to see polar opposites in terms of philosophies in this game. And when you want to pass the ball all the time, move quickly, sometimes facing a team that's based in a ground-oriented time of possession attack can be very frustrating. You get antsy. You get too eager to make plays. Can they maintain their concentration if they don't get the ball as often as they're used to? Thanks for joining us here on the NCAA College Football pregame show. Now let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for all the action. We'll see you at the half.
Before we head down to the field for the coin toss, we'd like to remind you this game is brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. And the fans are on their feet awaiting the start of this game as the players line up for the kick. Sends it sailing downfield. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. The quarterback leads the team out on the field for the first drive. He gets rid of this one. The Jaguars have a lot at stake here, including some possible record-breaking performances. Records and stats are great, but I think to a man, these players say, let's win the game first, and then any accolades we get along with it, that'd be great. From their own 25-yard line, second down. Here's an opening. He's at midfield. At the 30, to the 20, the 10. And they tackle him at the 6. That's a Heisman run all the way.
No question about that. There are a lot of pro teams that could use a halfback like this right now.
Nothing there on the keeper.
Not much gained on that play because his safety did a wonderful job of getting up there and making a good tackle on the ball carrier.
For the corner, and he shoved out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That's a D5 on the play. That makes it 3rd and goal.
Check that. We're on Mike 52 right here.
The lineman got a little ahead of the snap count. Here's the call.
False start, offense.
They'll line up for another 3rd down play because of the penalty.
Well, here you're in a 3rd down situation, and then someone makes a mental mistake. It makes your blood boil if you're a coach.
This is from the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go, Stan. Make some noise. Oklahoma. Hey.
Got his receiver. Touchdown. And he hits the PAT. So a 5-play, 80-yard drive. And they come away with 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
The score now, 7-0. He's to the 10. Tackle made at the 18. So let's see what the offense can do as they come out onto the field. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. And he hits him hard at the 10-yard line. And for Lewis, it seems like he spent the whole season in the other team's backfield.
This guy's beating the man across from him. Double teams, triple teams, chip blocks, help from the backfield, you name it. Nothing's been able to slow this guy down.
And a quick throw. Brought down at the 22-yard line. Not a bad little play there.
Yeah, it's a nice job by the quarterback reading the coverage and delivering a very catchable ball and allowing his receiver to come up with a nice gain.
Third down and 6 yards to go. Ball on the 22-yard line. Fires quick out to the receiver, and he can't make the grab.
Here's a case of a quarterback so eager to make a play that he failed to see the danger of that attempt and nearly gave the ball away.
Harris to punt. Signals for a fair catch. Pretty good looking touchdown drive the last time these guys were out there.
36.
South Alabama is up a score. He might have a chance. He's at midfield. Inside the 30. To the 20. Tackle made at the 8. And he's tackled right around the 12-yard line.
That's a loss of 4 yards on the play. That brings him second and goal.
It's second and goal. Ball on the 12.
He's coming. You got double up.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
That makes it third and goal.
Got a man open, touchdown. He makes the PAT. A 4-play, 65-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He really got a hold of that kick. He's to the 10. Gets to about the 17-yard line. You know, they'd like to do something a little more than they did on their last drive when they had to punt the ball away.
They've been beaten soundly on both sides of the ball, and we haven't even gotten to the second quarter.
And they make the stop at the 30-yard line.
That's the kind of play calling and execution I like to see. Being one-dimensional on first down can really stack the odds against you. It's better to mix it up.
From their own 30-yard line, it's first down.
Where the defense has to be very frustrated there. They did everything. They got to the quarterback. In fact, it looked like they had a chance to bring him down for the sack, but somehow he's able to throw the ball away.
Fires that quickly, incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up. Ball on the 30. Looking for his man, incomplete.
Was the intended receiver on that play. That'll make it 4th and 10.
Henderson will be the return man. There's a punt. It's a line drive. The Jaguars got a great offensive game plan in this one.
Well, they are off to a great start. And sometimes you lose your focus when you start this fast. I think a challenge for them is just to maintain what they've done up to this point and keep that foot on the accelerator.
So it's time to see this offense go to work again.
This defense couldn't stop them from moving the ball and inevitably finding the end zone.
Ewing gets the ball. He's to the 40. Tackle around the 48-yard line. Jackson hits it on the inside.
Loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 coming up now. Ball on the 46. He's on the run. He gets hit out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Caught, open field. They'll bring him down right around the 40.
Brad, it's a first down. And obviously, this offense right now is trying to maintain possession, trying to get some rhythm going. And for them to be able to pick up a big first down right here allows them to continue to try to get to the position that they ultimately want to get. That's into the end zone.
Here's the throw to the fullback. He's at the 30. He's taken down at the 26. There's a flag down, and it looks like this one's coming back.
Flip it. Offense.
Little stumbles like these can kill your offensive progress.
From the 41-yard line. First down. Oh, he had some steam on that throw. Touchdown, South Alabama. And he converts the extra point. So that's a 5-play, 59-yard drive. And it's good for 7 points.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on its heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
So our score, 21-0. He's tackled at the 21-yard line. It's not quite a blowout, but unless they do something here, it might turn into one. In the shotgun and 5 wide out. Pass complete and taken down immediately.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Going deep. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
3rd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Fires out to his receiver. He's tackled at the 45.
I like the call here by the defense to bring the heat with the outside linebacker. It was just a better call by the offense, and that's why it's a first down.
Easy, easy, easy. Rally.
This quarterback is tough as nails. Brad, he's going to sit in that pocket and give himself a chance. The only problem is, at some point, you've got to have a feel, almost that sixth sense on when to get out of there and avoid the pressure, or just to throw the ball before you get hit.
Easy, easy, easy. Lucky 95.
Loose football. They fall out.
What was most impressive is how he followed the play, and he just didn't give up on it. It was that effort that allowed him to come away with the fumble.
So the question here is whether or not his knee hit the ground before the ball came out. And the booth is going to take a few looks at this to see whether or not the ball came out before he was down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So after the review, they reversed the call on the field. He's taken down around the 36-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 11 yards. First down.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 36. Throws quick to the receiver, and it falls incomplete. Third down now, and they need to get it to the 26. Quick out to his receiver. He's tackled in the open field.
You know, the quarterback that time took a big-time major chance by putting that ball up into coverage. Now, the receiver made the play. They get a first down. But if you're a quarterback, you want to be very, very selective and very careful on how many chances you're willing to take.
Got his man. Can't tack on any yardage.
Spencer makes the tackle at the 13-yard line. That'll bring up second and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on second down. Nice play to set up first and goal.
That's a gain of 9 on the play. That makes it first and goal.
Got to be careful of a pass play with this defense. Makes a move, and he's in for the touchdown. And he adds the extra point. Here's an update from the studio and Reese Davis.
Let's take a look at scores around the country. And for Boston College, they're looking to win 2 in a row.
Looks like they're ready for the kick. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The Jaguars are parlaying some of those big plays into the lead here in the first.
It's nice to see explosion plays for this offense. They've done a really good job of executing, finding some of the one-on-one opportunities and taking advantage of them.
And here we go with the offense ready to get things going again. makes it out to about the 27-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Blue 14! Blue 14!
And we've reached the end of one. 21-7, South Alabama. And we welcome you back to the action here. Just about set to start the second quarter.
Mike 52, Mike 52. 36, 36. Set.
Tosses it out. Runs it left for a decent gain.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. 3rd down.
Catches it, and he's looking for more. Brought down at the 46-yard line. And he's stopped behind the line.
He just never had a chance to get any running room. The defense was on him almost as soon as the ball was snapped.
Second down, 13 yards to go. Ball on the 49-yard line. They go with a toss. He's knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Not sure what the flag is about here. Let's go down to the field and find out.
Offense.
You got to be careful to avoid these. Penalties are a great way to stall out a drive.
So it's second down and long now after the penalty. Here's the pitch, and now he's got the corner. And he's level at the 39.
Man, as an offensive lineman, this is the worst thing that you want to see, is your quarterback not only getting sacked, but getting hit like that. Those linemen better pick that quarterback up and start doing a better job of taking care of him.
DeAngelis awaits the snap. And he was able to pick up some nice yards on the return. You think about the challenges these two teams are facing. On one side, you've got to find a way to keep building on your lead, and on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back in it. Fires in a hurry. Interception. And for Humphrey, he's been an interception machine since day one.
He's really honed his technique over time, but his instincts and ball hawking abilities have never changed.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 42. He's on the run. And he hits him hard at the 49-yard line. The quarterback trying to make a play.
Well, he did a nice job of getting some yards there on the scramble, but he needs to learn to slide to avoid those big hits.
The defense was just all over that play. It didn't fool anybody.
That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Third down, and they need to get it inside the 48.
Take 4, take 4.
And that'll bring up a punting situation.
The offense really had nowhere to go on that one. The play was very well defended, and now the incompletion will force the 4th down and a punt.
Hines back to return it. He makes it out maybe to the 26-yard line.
The Trojans know, I think, that at some point they just have to do what they do, even if it's not working right now. If they can get it going in the second half, it should really improve the ball game and the offense.
Well, the offensive line, I think, also has to be accountable here. We look so much to our star players, and we always want them to put up big numbers. But to me, the two go hand in hand. When a running back's going to have a great game, the offensive line deserves some credit. When a running back's struggling, you got to look at that offensive line and say, fellas, you got to help me out. We're not going to change or deviate from this game plan. We need to be able to change this game around, and it starts up front with the offensive line.
It's 2nd down, 5 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Good job here by the defense. If you let this quarterback set and throw, he'll kill you all game. But they got excellent pressure on that play.
Throws it into coverage, and it's intercepted. At the 30. And he is drilled at the 28-yard line. From the 28-yard line. 1st down. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. And he hits the PAT. Reese Davis is standing by with this update. Reese?
As we check in on the Sun Belt Conference, this league is known for its offense, but sometimes defense carries the day. The Eagles have the perfect connection and a touchdown. The Eagles are on top, 14-0.
3-touchdown ball game here, Reese, 28-7. Porter ready to kick. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 10. And down he goes at the 23. And the offense will take the field, and they're certainly hoping to do better than they did in their last drive, which ended with a turnover.
And we'll see how aggressive this defense is when they come back out. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept up the pressure to try to fluster this quarterback some more.
And they make the stop at the 41.
Gain of 18 yards. 1st down.
From their own 41-yard line, it's 1st down. Fires quick out to the receiver, and he can't make the grab.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. Fires out to his wideout. Tackle made at midfield.
Reception. That's good for a gain of 9 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that 1st down marker. Tackle at the 42.
Call it a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Slings it.
He is such a reliable target. You throw it anywhere near him, and this guy's going to get his hands on it and make a catch.
And he's tackled around the 24-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 24.
Let's go! Black 98! Black 98! Check, check, thunder!
Caught with room to work. He's taken down at the 15.
Lane makes the tackle at the 15-yard line. First down.
Screen to the receiver. Nothing doing.
Number 88, key intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
This is the 9th play of this drive.
91 is the mic! Man left, man left. Watch 85! Let's go! Red, 85!
Tosses out to the tailback on the screen. And they push him out around the 8-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
So it's 3rd down now, and they're going to need about 4. They'll bring him down at the 7. And they just stopped that one.
Hey, this is a great play here by the defense to bring him down before he could get to the sticks.
Check, check! Check, check! 91 is the mic! Easy, easy, easy! Big dog! Easy, easy, easy!
Touchdown, Troy. And he converts the extra point. Harris has the ball set, and he looks ready to kick this one deep. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. South Alabama has done what they had to do offensively. They've done a nice job here in the first half, partner.
Boy, it's been very consistent for them, and consequently, they have a nice lead here going into halftime. But again, they've got to be able to do a nice job here of continuing to fight, because this offense that they're facing across the line of scrimmage on the other side of the ball, they can score in a hurry. So still a lot of football to be played.
Easy, 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 easy!
It falls incomplete.
Here's a case of a quarterback so eager to make a play that he failed to see the danger of that attempt and nearly gave the ball away.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 25-yard line. Quick throw, almost intercepted.
Boy, Brad, this guy drops an interception. What's ironic about that, from going to the meetings the other day, is that this guy's been telling the coaches he wants to play some wide receiver. You wonder why you're not playing wide receiver? Because you can't catch the ball as a defensive back.
Tackled after decent pickup. Troy will take their first time out of the half. Mohammed picks up about 4 yards after keeping the ball on the option. DeAngelis is the punter. Tackle made at the 34. The offense will come out again hoping to have similar results as their last drive.
As long as this quarterback has time to throw, and you can guarantee that he'll find the open man.
And he's tackled right away. Troy's going to have to use their second time out of the half.
10 yards. That'll make it second and inches.
So it's second down, and they're only about a foot away from picking up the first down. The offense going to try to open this field up, coming out in a 5-wide set, and the defense counters with their dime look. He lets it go, and they couldn't hook up on that one.
That'll bring up third and inches.
He might have a chance. Gets out to around the 38.
That's good for a gain of 18 yards. That makes it first and 10.
Ready? Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Easy. Stingray, ready.
Throw, and that one's going to hit the ground, incomplete.
That makes it second and 10.
It's second and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook. Passes it to the middle of the field. Brought down in the open field. The Trojans are going to have to call their third and final timeout.
Bring up third and 6.
Wants it all, going long. Doesn't get there.
You know, when you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you want to do is just to throw the ball into coverage. He got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time, he should just throw it away out of bounds.
So they're going to go for it here.
Easy. Rally.
So we'll probably get one last heave to the end zone here before halftime. Going for it all to the end zone. Missed him. We played a half. The Jaguars lead 28-14.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis, David Pollack here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. Sometimes it's great to think outside the box, and I applaud both of these defensive coordinators for thinking differently. Clearly their plan, David, was to let the opposing offense run up and down the field until they got really tired.
Yeah, Reese, that's your favorite term. That's hot garbage. They got to do something different. It was discouraging to watch. You know, you always talk about the body is willing, or the mind is willing. Is the body capable? How does that saying go?
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
The spirit. Okay, do you hear that saying? The spirit is willing and the flesh is weak. I think everything about their flesh was weak. That was pathetic. No, thank you. If you're going to do that again, don't even show up.
All right, Reese, David, thanks, guys. Just about set to start the third quarter. He just drills this one. He's to the 20. At the 30. He steps out at about the 39-yard line. Flag down, and I'm not sure when it was thrown. Let's find out. That one's going to put him way back.
You just can't block a player from behind like that, or it's going to cost you.
There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. And he's knocked out immediately after the catch.
Gain of 11 on the play. First down.
From their own 21-yard line. First down. Fires out to his receiver. And down he goes at the 40-yard line.
He looked pretty cool back there. Even with the outside linebacker blitzing, he made an accurate throw, and the result is a new set of downs.
They go with a screen here, and the halfback's got it. He's tackled around the 44-yard line.
Gain of 4 on the play. That brings up second and 5.
We've got a second and 5. Ball on the 44-yard line. Little handoff. 3-yard gain by the running back.
That corner did a great job there containing the outside and not allowing the ball to get by him. That showed good discipline by this defense.
And he's got his man brought down at the 39-yard line.
Humphrey brings him down at the 39-yard line. That makes it first and 10.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 39-yard line. And he's sacked. He is close to becoming the most prolific sack artist in team history.
They'll be sure to bring him up in the conversation about the most dominant defenders in school history. He's earned his spot here.
So the sack makes this a second and long.
5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun.
And a quick throw. And he's taken down at the 49-yard line. Gibson gains 4 yards on that reception.
That'll bring up third and long.
Here's the 8th play of the series. And they make the stop around the 38-yard line. It's 4th down, and they're going to try to go for it. Excellent open field tackle.
Makes the reception. Thompson makes the tackle at the 19-yard line. First down.
Get to that quickly. Touchdown, Trojans. And he tacks on the extra point. Let's go to the studio for this Reese Davis update.
Let's check in on the Sun Belt Conference, a league that's a little underrated in terms of speed. And we've been keeping an eye on this one all day.
Troy to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. And for Ewing, putting up good numbers.
You know, the most impressive thing you could say is not only does the entire defense know, the entire stadium knows he's going to get the football, and they still cannot slow him down. That's a commitment by the running back. It's also a commitment by the offensive line and the coach. And when you're an offensive coordinator and you have a back that's in this kind of zone, the most important thing for you to do, continue to give him the ball and continue to keep these drives alive, because right now he is unstoppable.
South Alabama is up by a touchdown. Makes it out to about the 40. He's at midfield. He's at the 40. To the 20. To the 10. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown. He splits the uprights with the extra point. South Alabama gets set to kick this one away. Excellent kick. They're ready to start another drive, hoping to duplicate the results of the last one, which ended in a touchdown.
Well, it's one thing to have speed. It's another thing to have an idea of what you're doing and how to attack a defense. And right now, these wide receivers clearly have done an outstanding job in being able to make their reads and getting out of their breaks, and the quarterbacks put the ball right on the money.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's 2nd and long. 5 wide. Wants it all. Going deep. Great coverage, and it's intercepted. He's at the 40. Bounces off the would-be tackle. Inside the 30. From the 23-yard line, it's 1st down. Inside the 10. They can't bring him down, and he's in. He makes the PAT. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. And he got all of this one. Great kick. He's to the 10. He's to the 20. He's taken down at the 22. And for Terrell, he's had a rough outing this afternoon.
Right now, the defensive pressure flat out is causing these turnovers. When you're a defensive coordinator, you always try to get your defense to pin their ears back and put pressure on the quarterback. When you do that, you're going to create opportunities.
Quick out to his receiver. Tackle right around the 44-yard line. The defender wanted a head start, and they certainly got him for it.
Guys, I really like what the offensive coordinator is doing here. Throwing it on 1st and 2nd down will keep the defense guessing.
1st and 10.
From their own 44-yard line. 1st down. Got it. And he goes down quickly. And they get 5 yards from that completion.
Here's a safe play hitting the underneath receiver, but it's a nice gain of 5.
Caught out in the open. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. This one might be coming back, folks. Let's check out the penalty.
Offense.
So they'll move back after that costly penalty, and they'll have to try to get that yardage back here. Only a few yards to go on 2nd down after the penalty.
Delta! Let's go!
There's a strike complete. They'll bring him down around the 37-yard line.
First down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. East side, baby. That's the baby side. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, easy. Buffalo.
He chucks it downfield. No, incomplete.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From the 37-yard line. 2nd down. Quick pass. He's at the 20. Huge gain, and that sets him up nicely with a 1st and goal.
Call it a gain of 29 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
Three down. Check. Easy. Ready.
And he's tackled right around the 10-yard line. From the 10-yard line, it's 2nd down. Caught, touchdown, and they're not ready to quit just yet. And he converts the extra point. Harris has the ball set, and he looks ready to kick this one deep. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. South Alabama's just rolling along and showing no signs right now, slowing down here in the 3rd quarter.
I think a big thing that you're seeing right now is just the way they're playing with confidence, especially the quarterback. I think they are very, very confident with every play call that it has a chance to be able to move the football down and continue to be able to put points up on the board.
So you wonder what kind of excitement we'll see this time around. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Throws complete. He's hammered.
Gain of 4 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Tight, guys. Double tight. Four down. Mike 52. Check three. Hey, check.
Still on his feet, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 46. Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, Mike 52. Slinger. Down. 10-19.
The lineman got a little ahead of the snap count. Here's the call.
False start. Offense. Still second down.
Four down. Where's 52? Watch 52.
And this is still anyone's ball game as we head into the final quarter of play. The Jaguars in front by 14. Into the 4th quarter now, and we're back to the action. Dangerous throw. This one's picked off. tackle made right around the 36-yard line.
It's a good play when the corner can break up a pass, but it's even better when he can bring it in for an interception.
From the 36-yard line. First down.
91 is the mic. Hey, kill you.
And he's level at the 47. Defense looking for another sack in this second down and long situation. Here's a screen pass. Gets it to the back. He's taken down at the 34.
Matthews brings him down at the 34-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Throws complete. He's got space to work. And down he goes at the 15-yard line.
That's a gain of 19. That makes it 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. You get ball, Nick. You get ball.
He's hit and taken down. Quick throw.
I'll tell you something. I'm loving this quarterback's confidence more and more as this game goes on. He's really throwing the ball with some purpose.
Here they go. 1st and goal, down by a couple of possessions. Got to be careful of a pass play with this defense. He's tackled around the 2-yard line. Touchdown, Troy. And he adds the extra point. Troy ready to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. A score here might effectively end this one. South Alabama up 7 points. Brought down right around the 34.
That brings us 2nd and 9.
Makes the catch and look out. Down the sideline. And they finally knock him out at the 16-yard line. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Laterals back. Touchdown, Jaguars. And he hits the PAT. Porter has his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 10. He's to the 20.
And he's taken down at the 21-yard line.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do. They don't want none. They don't want none of this.
The offense will come out again hoping to have similar results as their last drive.
And it was a really nice drive, too, Brad. The quarterback got into a nice rhythm and did a good job of picking apart the defense.
Great pressure on the quarterback forced that incompletion.
Boy, they really pounded him on that throw.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 21-yard line. 2nd down. Throws it out there. Pulls it in, and he could score. At the 30, to the 20, the 10. They bring him down, but not before he gets a glimpse of the end zone.
91 in the mic.
Touchdown, Trojans. And he tacks on the extra point. A quick update now. Here's Reese.
Let's take a look at scores around the country. Let's take a look at this one again. The Mountaineers' rushing attack can be difficult to stop, and they get into the end zone for a touchdown.
Harris gets set to kick this one away.
Henderson back deep to return.
He just drills this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Brad, this is my kind of game. I love seeing this kind of production and the way these quarterbacks are playing. Both teams are challenging both of these defenses.
This offense threw the ball extremely well on their last drive, and they ended up with a touchdown.
As long as this quarterback has time to throw, then you can guarantee that he'll find the open man.
And they make the stop at the 27.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
South Alabama is up 7. And he tackles him hard at the 29-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
From their own 44-yard line, it's 1st down. And he's taken down at the 43-yard line. And for Bradley, that catch places him in a dead heat for the team's single-season record.
It's been an incredible relief for a quarterback to know he's got a target this dependable. That's why they call his number so often.
And he's tackled after positive yardage. Ewing gets 7 yards on the play.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
The halfback with a carry. He makes it out to maybe the 36-yard line. Might have been some early movement up front.
False start. Offense.
It'll be 3rd down again after that penalty.
Yeah, now they have more yards
Still
to pick
3rd
up for the 1st down.
Third down now, and they need to get it down to the 33. He fights forward to about the 40. The halfback picks up a yard.
4th down.
DeAngelis is the punter. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Less than 3 minutes in the game. Completes it, but he can't shake the defense.
Henderson on the tackle at the 25-yard line. That brings him 2nd and 5.
It's 2nd down, 5 to go. Ball on the 25-yard line. Tackle around the 42-yard line. Up the middle for a nice gain.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. Pulls it in, and he's in the open field. And he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 19.
That's a gain of 33 on the play. 1st down.
Just throws this one away.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 19-yard line. Nice run there. Rodgers gets about 4 yards on the play.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Just over a minute left. What a play, and that is 1st and goal.
That's a gain of 14 yards on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
Well, this is it. They've got all 4 downs to get in the end zone. They're crowding the line. Touchdown, Troy. The extra point to tie this game up. He splits the uprights with the extra point. They line up to kick this one away. Excellent kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. I have a feeling we haven't seen the end of the fireworks today.
The worst thing that should happen for the offense now is that the game will go into overtime. If they can make a couple of plays, then maybe they'll pull it out in regulation.
We might have overtime in the back of our minds, but down on the field, that hasn't occurred to anyone. They want to end this thing in regulation. Fires it out. He's knocked out of bounds around the 32-yard line.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Set. Oklahoma. Motion, motion, motion. Hut.
He sails it long. Found his man. To the 20. To the 10. And he scores. Touchdown. And he converts the extra point. I would be surprised if they just squib it here. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. And he's tackled at the 23. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. Once and all, going deep. And a great catch downfield. And he's tackled right around the 32-yard line. The Trojans taking their first time out of the half.
Makes it 1st and 10.
So after the big pass play, we've got a first down. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Going deep, lays it out there. That tackle just sealed the deal. We had a fight to the finish here today. South Alabama 56, Troy 49. Let's get Kirk Herbstreit's final thoughts on this one. Herbie, what do you got for us?
Well, this one really could have gone either way. Troy had plenty of chances to win this football game, but it wasn't meant to be today. All you can do now is try to bounce back after a close loss like this.